What's going on, everybody? Jackson Fuller here, Star News High School sports reporter, and welcome to Mikasa. Not going to give you guys too much more of a tour other than the back porch, but starting a new weekly segment this week, and this is it. On Sunday, I'm going to do a little short 1 to 2 minute video kind of running down the week that was. It's going to be the Starnewsvarsity weekly rundown, and we're going to take a look back at what happened in high school sports here this week and look forward to a couple of big games coming down the road, or anything else that needs to be talked about in the local high school sports scene. Let's start in baseball, and it was quite a week for the defending state champions from New Hanover. The Wildcats started things off Tuesday with Blake Walston tossing a no-hitter, striking out 15 batters in a 1-0 victory over Topsail. So the Wildcats needed all of his brilliance that day in a narrow victory. And then they went down to Ashley on Friday night and came away with a 7-3 comeback victory over the Screaming Eagles. Got down early but scored 7 runs in the top of the 5th. And really a critical win in the MEC race, because now New Hanover is at least 2 games ahead of the entire rest of the conference. Ashley's the only team with 2 losses, and everyone else has at least 3. So you're talking about an MEC race where everyone's kind of beating each other up, and then there's New Hanover at the top, undefeated in the league. They are set to cruise, it looks like, to a conference title. Of course, a lot can happen between now and the end of the regular season, but right now they're the definite favorites, just as they were coming into the season. Let's move on to girls soccer. It was a great couple weeks for Hoggard recently. On Tuesday, they earned a tight 1-0 victory over Ashley, a game that the Screaming Eagles played really, really well, but a red card in the second half kind of killed their momentum. And then Molly Phelps found Miss Claire Emma Britt for a goal off a corner kick. Blair Barefoot was her typical great self, tremendous self and goal, and the Vikings escaped with a 1-0 victory at home. That's the win over Ashley and Laney, the 2 top teams in the past 2 weeks, and Hoggard looks like they're set to maybe run away with the MEC again, but we'll get back to that MEC race when we talk about what's coming up next week. Softball, it was a huge week in the Mid-Eastern Conference with a pretty, not a big upset, but a notable upset in Laney beating West Brunswick on Friday night 3-1. Tristan Horrell pitched a complete game, limiting the Trojans to just 1 run, and that's West Brunswick's first loss in the Mid-Eastern Conference in 19 games. So now you've got West Brunswick at 6-1, Topsail 5-1, Laney 5-2, and Hoggard still in it at a 3-2 record in the league. It's going to be a really exciting Mid-Eastern Conference race down the stretch. And then in girls lacrosse, things on Tuesday were just exciting between Ashley and Hoggard, the 2 best teams. They met each other 3 times last year. All those games were close. Ashley got the better of Hoggard in the 4A playoffs last year, so a little bit of a revenge factor, I think, this Tuesday night, where Hoggard came away with a 7-6 overtime victory. Sydney Beckwith scoring the game-winning goal in extra time. And Hoggard is now in first place in the girls lacrosse standings. But, just like last year where Ashley got the first win and then Hoggard bounced back and beat Ashley to make sure they were co-champions, Ashley's going to have the same opportunity to do that later on this season and try and make up for their loss on Tuesday. It's going to come down to that game, I think, whether Hoggard is going to be the outright champions or Ashley will split the title with Hoggard for a 2nd straight year. Looking at what's coming up this week, we got, I think we had so many notable games this past week. It's not uncommon for there to be a little bit of a light week in terms of big matchups, but we've got 2 exciting ones that I'm really looking forward to, where, let's start on, let's start Tuesday. Laney at Ashley in girls soccer, both teams with 1 loss in the Mid-Eastern Conference, both teams losing to Hoggard. Ashley got a really tight penalty kick win over New Hanover Thursday to bounce back from their Hoggard loss Tuesday. Laney has been cruising all season, aside from their loss to Hoggard and a loss to Raleigh school in a Raleigh tournament down at I don't remember, the Brittany, excuse me. So that's really going to be a big game, because the loser of that game is going to be 2 games behind Hoggard, and that's something you don't want this early in the conference race. The winner is still going to be right there within arm's distance, and you can, kind of control their own destiny, at least clinching a share of the conference title if they can beat Hoggard the next time around. So that's a big game Tuesday, Laney at Ashley girls soccer. And then on Friday, Topsail at Laney in softball. I'm going to be at that game. Topsail got the better of Laney in their first matchup of the year, and 2 very evenly matched teams, and kind of similar to that Laney Ashley girls soccer game, you don't want to lose this game and fall behind West Brunswick even further in the standings. Laney, huge for them. They lost to Topsail already this year. They can't lose a not have the tiebreaker with them, where they still control their own destiny in having the tiebreaker against West Brunswick. So that's going to be a really exciting game down in Bucktown. Follow along at Starnewsvarsity for updates. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's about it. It went a little long today because we had such a jam-packed week last week and I had to kind of explain the basis of it. But yeah, we're going to try and keep it 1, 2, 3 minutes at the most moving forward, and it's something you can expect every Sunday afternoon along with our Standout Performers article. It'll be attached there, and you can find it on YouTube and on our Starnewsvarsity Facebook and Twitter channels. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it very much. Follow along at my Twitter channel, Starnewsvarsity, and should be another fun week of high school sports coming up in Wilmington and the Southeast North Carolina region.